How is it going, guys? Slippery Jim here. Welcome back to my playthrough of Hardcore RLCraft. And in the last episode, it was a pretty epic one because we went hunting for the stage 5 dragons in the underground dragon lairs all over the place. And there was about a dozen, roughly, that we took out. The main reason I was doing that is trying to find dragon eggs to have a go at hatching them and getting some dragon pets from Ice and Fire. And that's what we're going to try in this episode, because I did actually manage to get 3 dragon eggs, which was pretty cool. So we're going to try and hatch those in this episode. By the way, check out my new ice blue ice dragon scale armor. It looks pretty awesome, I think. There's the back right there. You can see it's got the 4 horns that the ice dragons have too, which is pretty cool on the helmet there. I think it looks pretty nice. Anyway, we are going to be doing some dragon egg hatching in this episode. Now, between episodes, you can see here, I've actually put up all of the dragon skulls that we got from hunting the dragons in the last episode. So most of these are stage 5 and a few stage 4 dragons as well. So I put the fire dragons over here and all of the ice dragons over here. So I actually got 3 ice dragon skulls here as well. This is a stage 5. These are stage 4s. And then I just put another stage 5 dragon, fire dragon skull there. I think it looks pretty awesome, actually. The trouble is that sometimes like the creatures will attack these, like they're roaming around my base, and because they think they're actually alive or something like that, and they'll knock them off. So that's a little bit on the annoying side. I also, as you can see up here, I also placed the stone stage 3 fire dragon up here on one of these pillars. I think it looks pretty cool, actually. They're kind of hard to place exactly how you want them. But I think that looks pretty good. In fact, I'd like to get a few more of these so we could have one on each pillar. I think that would look really awesome. The trouble is they are pretty dangerous to try and get, because you have to, first you need a Gorgon head. And Gorgons are probably one of the few creatures left in this mod pack at the stage I'm at right now that can actually kill me really, really quickly and really, really fast. By simply gazing at me and turning me into stone. And I was at an extreme risk in the last episode when I took on 2 Gorgons of dying due to that, because I didn't actually have any protection at all except for trying to avoid their gaze. I was trying to use the blindfold, which the bestiary says is how you actually protect yourself from the Gorgon's gaze. So this blindfold right here, though, if I put this on, it's supposed to give you the blindness debuff. And as you can see, it is not working at all right now, right? So someone mentioned in the comment section, very helpfully, that actually if you wear the Ankh Shield, it actually cancels out the blindness effect. So the blindfold will not work if you're wearing the Ankh Shield. And actually, there's another problem as well. As you can see, I've taken off the Ankh Shield and it's still not working, right? So you also need to take off the Dragon's Eye. If you take off both of those, it will actually give you the blindness 3 effect that it's supposed to. And actually, it makes things look really, really cool. Kind of like a flat 2D effect. It's pretty awesome, I think. But yeah, that's the effect you're supposed to have when the blindfold is actually working. So if you are going to play RLCraft, I recommend making sure to take these 2 items off if you're trying to use the blindfold, or you could be in for an extremely fast and humiliating death from a Gorgon. So yeah, I guess if we do use that blindfold properly, whoops, we should be able to be relatively safe if we use it properly, so that it's working. So maybe I'll try and get some more Gorgon heads so we can create some more stone dragon statues for the base. I think that would be pretty cool. Anyway, let's just dismiss our Epion there. And what we're going to do is look at setting up a little dragon egg hatchery area to start with today, so that we can hatch these 3 magnificent dragon eggs that I've temporarily put on these podiums. So these podiums are from Ice and Fire. If you're interested, this is how you make them. They're a super cheap recipe. But we're going to take the eggs off these. So I've got 2 fire dragon eggs. a red one and a bronze one, and I've got an ice dragon egg here, which is the white one. So, to work out how to actually hatch these, the bestiary basically gives you some instructions. So we're going to take this up to the area that I have chosen to do the hatching, and that is up here. I thought we would use this corner over here, opposite the switch bow altar. But let's read the bestiary entry and try and work this out. So there should be a section here on fire dragon eggs and ice dragon eggs. If we look at the fire dragon eggs section, so there's a little story that it tells from an anonymous adventurer. And this person says, after taking down one of the more monstrous fire dragons I'd found in a cavern, I noticed that the beast were guarding its own clutch of eggs. These eggs were a multitude of beautiful colors, all coated in shiny scales. I instantly thought of how much worth these eggs could be sold for, probably even more than many diamonds. However, eggs have one purpose to the dragon themselves, to propagate their own species. Remembering something I had read in some old manuscripts, that dragons have strong maternal instincts and care for their young, I set out to find out how to raise my own brood of dragons. While moving the eggs to a safer location near my home, I noticed that these eggs were much warmer than those of a chicken or other bird. This gave me an idea on how to unlock the secrets of the dragons. I stacked up some wood and netherrack into a large pile and placed the largest of the eggs onto it. Once the egg was atop the pile, I lit the pile afire and the wood and netherrack around the egg burst into flames. After waiting for around a short time, I could not see any difference with the egg. I thought of removing the egg and looking for another method of hatching, but I remembered that dragons are large beings that require a large amount of energy. Deciding not to be hasty, I let the egg sit on the perpetual fire for 3 days. My decision was very successful. The dragon's egg hatched, and I am now in possession of a young dragon. So essentially what we need to hatch the fire dragon eggs is fire over a long period of time is what this is saying. As far as the ice dragons go, if we look at the entry under ice dragon eggs, it tells a similar story, except this time what it says is these eggs were much colder than those of a chicken or other bird. I poured some buckets of water into a small pond and placed the largest of the eggs onto it. Once the egg was inside the pond, I filled the pond around the egg in order to cool it down. After waiting for around a short time, I could not see any difference with the egg, and then I let the egg sit in the lake for 3 days. My decision was very successful. The egg formed ice around itself and in a few days hatched. So that's essentially how you hatch these eggs. You place the fire eggs into a fire for a long period of time, and the ice ones into water for a long period of time. So it does say 3 days. Hopefully it's not quite that long. Hopefully it's a little bit quicker than that, but we'll have to wait and see, I guess. So what I'm going to do is build a little setup here to hatch these in. I'm going to make it out of quartz just so it matches the altar over there. So we're going to do this sort of thing, and I thought I'd put maybe a sea lantern in the middle for a little bit more light so you can see what's going on. And I'll probably make it big enough for 4 eggs at a time, even though I've only got 3, because we're probably going to end up with more eggs down the track, hopefully, for us to hatch later on. So something like this. Don't really need that. Let's see. Yeah, that should do the job. Might even put another stair arm right there, and then we can get up here and examine what's going on conveniently. So essentially what we're going to do is we're going to have water on this side. This is going to be the ice hatchery side of this area, and then what we're going to do is we're going to have some netherrack over on this side, and that's going to be our fire dragon hatching area right there. And yeah, so I guess what we do is we put the fire dragon eggs on top of the netherrack like that. And we want to put the ice dragon egg that we have here in one of these little pools of water here. So we'll put in that one right there. And we'll see what happens with that one. Just have a look at this. Doesn't seem to be moving or anything like that right now, but it's hard to tell if it's doing anything right there. But it did say we had to wait quite a long time for it to hatch. So patience, I suppose, is going to be key here in waiting for these to do their thing. Oh, there we go. It froze over, so I guess it's doing something there. The ice dragon egg. Now with these fire dragon eggs, we need to light these blocks of netherrack on fire to get these going. So let's do that. And yeah, we can already see these are actually spinning around by the looks of it. These are actually spinning around in the fire there. So they're definitely doing their thing. While we're waiting on this, I'm not sure how long exactly it's going to take, but it did say 3 days in the bestiary. I guess that gives us time, at the very least, to make a few dragon-related items that we're going to need shortly. And if we look here in NEI, what we're going to want to make is the Dragonbone Flute. So what this does is it allows you to call the dragon to you if it's flying around, wandering around. The Dragon Horn, we're going to need one of these for each dragon. So basically you can pick the dragon up in this and store it, carry it around in this, and then place it. And the Dragon Command Staff, which lets you basically change the dragon, you know, as to whether it's wandering around or it's just sitting there for you and stuff like that. I believe that's what this is for. So all of these recipes are pretty cheap. We should be able to make this. Let's just see. I've got one skull there. Let's make that. Cool. And then we will make we'll make 3 of those Dragonbone horns. One for each dragon, of course. And we'll make the flute as well. So that's basically everything, hopefully, that we need. Let's put the spare skull in there. It's weird that it didn't use that skull up. I thought that was part of one of the recipes, but wasn't it part of this? It's weird that I've got it left over there, but anyway. And we'll put the bestiary. Actually, no, we'll hang on to the bestiary because we might need some more information from that. Let's just put these bones back in here. Cool. Okay, let's go back up and check on our eggs and see how the hatching is going. Still doing its thing over here, so that's pretty cool. We'll just keep waiting on this, I guess. We just have to be patient. Yeah, so we'll just wait on these to hatch, and then we'll come back and see what the next step is here for raising our dragon hatchlings. Wow, okay. Our fire dragons hatched first. That's interesting because I actually put the ice dragon in before them. But okay, we got a couple of baby dragons running around the place. So this one's a female, the red one. Probably need to command this one to stop wandering. But where are you going there? Where are you going there? He's taking off. Okay, set the home position, and then how do we start there? It's staying. Okay, so we should be able to pick these up in our dragon horns as well. There we go. That's pretty awesome. And then we can basically take it wherever we want. So we've still got the fire dragon in there, and let's go find the other one. Okay, this one's not wandering around as much. So let's see what you are. You're a male. Cool. So we actually have a female. Oh, there's the ice ones hatched as well. Very cool. So we have ourselves a male ice dragon here. Awesome. Let's just get you to set home position and stay. Nice. So yeah, we've got our 3 dragons now. Let's put this one back down again. And hopefully this one's set to stay as well. Yeah, it looks like they're all set to stay, which is pretty cool. So I believe you can actually pick these guys up if you right click on them like this. Look at this. Oh, so good. So good. Let's take a look. I've got 2 of them on my shoulder right now. How awesome is that? These little guys are pretty amazing. Pretty amazing looking. I should be able to pick the other one up as well. I think you can have 3 at once. Let's pick you up. See what this looks like. I'm covered in dragons right now. And then you can put them down again as well. Wow, so good. Very, very cool. Let's pick these guys up again. Look at that. All 3 dragons. Got the white one on my head right now. That is crazy looking. Plus I'm wearing the dragon armor as well. So it's just like completely dragon theme right now. Very, very cool. I am the Lord of Dragons. But yeah, these dragons are obviously going to grow much bigger to the point where I can't just carry them around on me like this. But yeah, right now they are super cute looking. I don't know if they can breathe fire or ice at this stage or not, or if it's only at a certain stage. It looks like they're trying to breathe. The ice dragon was definitely trying to do its ice breath thing there. Oh yeah, there we go with the fire dragons are doing it as well. I don't know if they can set things on fire though at this point. Hopefully they're not going to set my base on fire too much here. But yeah, let's take them downstairs. Bit hard to see where I'm going with all these dragons draped all over me. But yeah, very, very cool. So we now have 3 pet dragons. 3 little baby dragons, 2 fire and 1 ice. And let's just put these guys down. There we go. They're all in the same spot there. Cool. So let's see what else the bestiary can tell us about our dragons. Let's just maybe set these guys to wander. Okay, you are free to wander. Hopefully they don't kill my pixies or anything like that. Oh, he's going downstairs. I don't think they wander too far away. Yeah, he's going for a bit of an explore downstairs there. Looks like they're fairly curious creatures. But yeah, the good thing is we actually got a male and a female fire dragon. So if we actually get them, I think we have to get them to stage 4 or 5. Let's take a look at the bestiary so that we can breed them. Tamed dragons. Okay, so first of all, it tells us how we can care for our dragons. So this crafting recipe right here, I believe this is the dragon meal. And it says, by feeding this to my dragon, I was able to make it grow rapidly. I noticed that I could interact with my dragon to check its progress. I can see how old it is, tell its gender, and see how hungry it is. Placing a dragon, skull atop a stick. Okay, so that tells you how to make the dragon command stuff. Okay, and here we have the section on breeding as well. So it says adult dragons can be bred by feeding them a mixture of elemental items, but first these items must be gathered. Fire lilies and frost lilies are used to make fire mixture and frost mixture respectively. This mixture can be used to breed two tame dragons. By interacting with a male dragon with a substance, then interacting with a female dragon will result in the two breeding. Once the dragons have finished mating, the female will lay a single egg of any color. I imagine that's going to have to be like a fire dragon with a fire dragon and an ice dragon with an ice dragon. And I also am assuming that the egg they produce is only for their type of dragon. So it says, okay, dragon hordes can be used to summon and desummon, and we also can make dragon armor here, and the dragon bone flute. These flutes are also effective on other flying tamed creatures like hippogriffs and amphitheres. So that's pretty awesome. Cool. Well, you know what? We probably want to make ourselves some of those dragon meals. Let's just put the bestiary back here so that we can start growing these guys, particularly the fire dragons. Because if I want to mate these guys, I'm going to need them to be stage 4 or stage 5. So I might as well just grow them to the max level if I'm going to mate them. And then we can get any color of dragon that we want, basically. All right, let's get rid of some of these boxes, things like that. Cool. So, as far as the dragon meal goes, let's have a look. Dragon meal. So there's a sickly dragon meal, and I believe what this does is it stops them growing any further past whatever stage they're at when they eat this, which is poisonous potatoes and stuff like that. And then there's the dragon meal, which just grows them by 1 day, I believe, every time you feed it to them. Every 25 days is a different stage of growth, I believe. So there's a whole range of different meats you can use here. I'm just wondering if you can use fish, because I've got tons and tons of fish. Let's just see here if fish are going to work for this recipe. I've also got quite a lot of bookworm meat, but doesn't look like fish is going to work, unfortunately. All right, and I'm probably going to need some more bones too. I'm pretty sure I have a bunch of bones back at my old base, so maybe we'll go over there. And I'm pretty sure you can use bookworm meat though, right? Let's just check that. Yeah, we can definitely use bookworm meat to make these dragon meals, so that's pretty cool. Because I think I have a bunch of that actually already. Let's put this in here. Have I got any more raw? Got a couple of stacks here, so we'll cook this up. Get that going in there. So what we're going to do is we're going to leave these guys roaming around the place. And we're going to head over to the old seaport base and see if we can get some more materials and food and bones and stuff like that we can use for growing these dragons. So let's see what we've got over here. One of the beauties of fishing, the vanilla fishing at least, in this mod pack, is you do get a lot of bones and you get a lot of things like fish and stuff like that. But I think we should also have a bunch here of the bookworm meat we'll grab. And I guess I could always like take out these guys here, but I mean, I don't know how much meat they're going to give me. There's only 4 of those guys. Maybe we'll let them live. Let's have a look what we got in here. So I should have, yeah, I've got lots of bones here actually. Let's grab a whole bunch of these. And what else have I got here? Let's have a look. Might as well grab the spider eyes. I'm not sure how many of those I've got. I'll grab a bunch of buckets as well. Just because I'm here. I'm not sure if these fish are any good. We could try using these fish. But I'm not 100% sure if they're going to work or not. Probably just about all of the useful materials that I've got here right now. So that should do us. We'll head back to base, to our main base, and craft up some of those dragon meals. So that we'll start growing the fire dragons first. I think if we can get both of those to stage 4 or 5, we can try breeding them. Although I don't think I have any of those lilies that I need, so we might have to go out and find some of those as well. So back here. Ooh. All right. So let's just check on these. Grab that out of there. Keep that fully stocked up. And actually, let's try cooking up some of the fish just to see if that's going to work. Because I am going to need a ton of these meals. And I'm interested to see if we can actually use this other kind of fish. If we cook it to make the dragon meals. Let's have a look here. No, it doesn't look like. So it should theoretically only be 4 of them, right? So it looks like fish can't be used at all, which is kind of annoying, but we should have enough other meat right now. We'll see how we go. Definitely got enough bones, that's for sure. So grab that out of there. And let's grab a bunch of this bookworm meat. And we've got 4 stacks of bone, 4 stacks of bookworm, cooked bookworm meat. So let's see if we can make a bunch of these. Okay, so that gave us a fair few. Looks like I need more bones. I'm going to need a ton of these. So how many have we got there? We've got a stack. Cook some more up over here. I thought I had more than enough bones, but now I'm not so sure. Okay, so we have enough there. We've got 60, 70, 80, 89 of these. That's enough to get through 3 stages for 1 dragon. But if we want to get to stage 4 pretty much immediately with both of these, we're going to need... what is it? 100... yeah, 100, 200 of these, probably. So... The big issue I'm going to have is the bones, I think. Because they're going to be annoying to get. I'm going to have to kill a lot of skeletons, probably. We'll figure it out, though. Just grab this out of here. Just keep topping this up. So that's 90, 102. It's enough for 1 dragon though, right? to get him to stage 4. How many bones have I got left? I did leave a few bones back at the other base, but it was like less than a stack, I think. Okay, we'll leave these in here. So now we've got 114 of these things. Okay, yeah, we've got 114 dragon meals now. So I guess we'll take one of our dragons and level him up and see how far we can get him. Where have they gone? I did have one wandering off down here somewhere. Oh, 2 of them are down here sleeping. Okay, we'll grab this guy. Oh, that's the flute. What am I doing? I need the I need the dragon horn. Let's just take him up here anyway. Alright, we'll set you to stay. And let's see, so you are the female and you are currently on stage 1, 0 days of growth. Hunger is 44 out of 100. By the way, guys, you can name the dragons obviously as well. So if you guys want to come up with some names for me for all 3 of these dragons, just leave them in the comments section. And in the next episode, I'm going to give them names. So we'll leave them unnamed just for this episode. We can also make some armor for them too, which we'll get to. But I think I'm going to take this guy outside, and we'll start leveling him up, feeding him. Let's put him down here. And before we do that, I probably want to sleep through the night just so we're not getting hassled by random monsters in the area. And I might actually pick up the other 2 dragons just so they don't wander off and I lose track of where they are. We'll put them in their horns. So we'll get the ice dragon here. And for some reason they, I guess they came down the stairwell here and then there was nowhere else for them to go except back up the stairs. So they just hung out down the bottom there. So we have both of these. I don't know if they still grow while they're in the horn or not either. Okay, anyway, we have this guy. Let's just move you maybe over here where you've got a little bit more space. So as we know, dragons can get pretty big. I'm going to start feeding him some of these. So 25 should get him to the, or actually it's a her, I think, this one, isn't it? Sorry about that. Just assuming your gender there, dragon. Okay. 25 of these should get her to stage 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 20. Let's see. So she's now stage 2 at 25 days. So if we feed her another 25 of these, she should get to stage 3. And I think we can actually fly her now as well. It's pretty awesome. Look at this. How awesome is that, guys? That is pretty amazing. That is pretty amazing. Wow. That is cool. All right. Whoa. Whoops. Pressed the wrong button there. Anyway. I guess this is a good opportunity to test out the flute as well. I don't know if this is going to make her come over here. Let's try this out. Okay, that didn't do anything, but probably because she's already set to basically stay. So if we go back over here, which tree did I leave her in? There she is. If we set her to wander, she should take off and fly around a bit now. Not sure if she's taken off yet or is she still sitting there. Yeah, she's still sitting there. Maybe she's stuck in a tree now? I'm not sure. Let's just get out of the tree. We'll go over here and just try this out. So if I set down here, and then she should be set to wander right now. I don't know if she's still stuck in that tree. Let's just fly down here to the open plains area. So how do we go down? I think it was sneaking, wasn't it? Okay, that definitely doesn't work. Although she's coming down though, right? So maybe I've just got my controls set up a bit weird as far as that goes. Hey, she should be wandering now. I'm interested to see if she set things on fire or not. Doesn't look like she's interested in those sheep over there. But then again, she might not be hungry either. She might not be hungry right now. Let's try that. Let's try that. So jumping, it said to jump is what makes them go up. And then sneaking is what makes them go down. But it also dismounts me. So let's just check the controls here. Let's have a look. So X, oh I get it. Okay, so X makes it go down and up. That's interesting. And then we should have the ability to basically use the fire breath and stuff like that. There's the Dragon Strike. I'm not sure exactly what that does, because that's zooming in as well. But I think that's the bite. I need to change that in my controls here. Dragon Strike. Oh no, I've got J. Okay, so that, I guess that's the bite. That's probably what that is. Let's try this out here on the sheep. Doesn't seem to be doing anything. All right, let's ascend again here. So J, it does seem to be doing something though, right? I'm not 100% sure. Maybe it's the wing sweeping effect. Interesting. Okay, but then we have the big one, the fire breath as well. So we should be able to breathe fire here. Actually, I'm not sure if the stage 3 can breathe fire or not. They should be able to, right? Okay, I can't see anything. Can't see anything happening there when I press to breathe fire though. Interesting. So maybe stage 3 is not the fire breathing stage. What we're going to try to do here is let's just make you stay. And we're going to try and feed a few more treats here to get to the next level. So right now she is at stage 3. Let's get her all the way up to stage 4. Stage 3. $74. One more should do it. Let's see if we have fire breath now. Oh yeah, we definitely have fire breath now. And let's try out the okay, go away you. Let's try out the Dragon Strike again as well. Dragon Strike was this one. Does that do anything? Because they do get different attacks as they get larger, essentially. So to breathe fire, we actually need a stage 4. That's kind of interesting. Yeah. Anyway, this one should now be capable of breeding. Let's get rid of these guys. Let's head over here. Sorry about that, villagers. I should probably put those fires out, right? They're gonna... Maybe they won't spread too far. There's not that many trees around the place. But yeah, very, very cool. So we now have a stage 4 fire-breathing dragon to terrorize the neighborhood with, which is pretty awesome. I'm really, really happy with her. I really like this red color as well for a fire dragon. I think it's pretty cool. Oh, she's gonna... We're getting attacked! We're getting attacked by a Spriggan. Oh, we actually got one of these. A Spriggan heart. This is the first Lycanite's jewel part that I've found so far. I'm really happy about that because I've been wanting to experiment with those. Let's get rid of those. Let's kill all the things. And before this other dragon comes along and tries to kill my dragon, I'm probably going to scoop her up and just... Oops, I accidentally mounted her. Okay, let's just put her back in the horn here. Okay, so she should be in here. Stage 4 dragon. And that leaves me with 35 dragon mills. So let's just kill these. We are going to need another 100 dragon mills to actually get the other fire dragon to stage 4 so we can start looking at breeding them. But yeah, so far so good. I guess I'm going to have to start farming for some more bones and some more... I'm probably okay for meat. I don't know. I could always get like chickens or whatever. We might need a little bit more meat, but generally speaking, I think we'll be more in need of the bones side of things. I guess I could just kill some of these animals while I'm out here. I don't know if these really drop. Don't know if these are really going to drop bones for me though. So it's probably going to be a matter of finding skeletons and trying to farm skeletons, maybe in a dungeons or battle towers or something like that. Maybe just make sure these fires don't spread too much. Originally I killed all the dragons in the area around my base, specifically so they didn't set the forest on fire. And now I've got my own dragons setting things on fire in the area. Yeah, there's a skeleton right there. I'll grab those bones. Go away. Yeah, anyway, let's head back to base. I'm actually going to call in the epi on here. So yeah, we're back at base. Now I am going to need more dragon meals if I want to breed the my second fire dragon up to stage 4 as well. So I'm going to need 161 dragon meals, and I'm going to need a lot more bones to do that. I mean, obviously the dragons are going to grow naturally, one little level every day. But that means I would have to wait 100 in-game days until it was a stage 4. So these are definitely going to be necessary, I think, to speed things up. So, how many bones do I need per dragon meal here? Let's have a look again. We need 5 per dragon meal. So if we needed, what did I say? If we need 161 of these, we're going to need 161 times 5 bones, which is quite a lot. It's like 600-ish. 600-ish bones, which is like 10 stacks of bones. That's just crazy. Plus I will probably need, how much meat do I need for 4 times 161? So about 600 of any meat item. So it looks like I may need some more meat than I've got here. I can cook these chickens up and stuff like that as well. Let's just chuck these in here. So yeah, we'll probably be almost okay for meat because I do have a fair bit of meat here of different varieties. I'm not sure if I've got any bookworm meat over here. Let's have a look. Doesn't look like it. So yeah, what I'm going to have to do, guys, is I am going to have to go out and farm myself some more bones, probably from, like I said, from battle towers or something like that, killing skeletons and stuff. But before we do that, there's a couple of things that I've been meaning to do for a while and I just keep forgetting. One of those is I really want to swap out my necklace bauble, because currently I'm using the Stone of the Sea. I think it's we've got on right now. And this is really good for a couple of things, like just being able to drink any water source, and it doesn't give you the thirst debuff, so I could just drink out of a stream or whatever without having to purify the water. Plus, it gives you more swim speed and stuff like that, right? So it's a pretty good bauble, but I do want to switch this out and try this thing here, which is the Wrath Pendant. And what this does is, after you deal a critical hit, it grants the sinful buff damage, which is plus damage and plus armor, which both of those things are really, really useful. So I thought we'd try this out and see how we go. Because to be honest, even when you could drink any water source like this without purifying it, it still seemed to make you thirstier than drinking if you drink the purified water all the time, which is why I've still been carrying this around with me. So I still think the purified water is probably a little bit better to drink anyway. Let's grab this out of here. Just make sure we got the food cooking up. Yeah, but I'm really pleased about this Spriggan Heart. We might play around with that in a second. But the other thing that I wanted to do, apart from equipping that, is I wanted actually to look at dyeing some of my Lycanite's equipment items. So, for instance, our trusty crystal hammer here. After they brought in the latest update, the coloring and the textures on it went kind of weird. Like, right now, the skull part of this is like that neutral looking brown color, whereas it used to be red, I'm pretty sure. So it actually looked a lot better. But they did introduce the ability to actually dye items, these Lycanite parts and stuff like that. So I thought we would try that out, maybe with some red dye, maybe some, I don't know, blue dye, and I was thinking yellow. I'm not really sure. We'll grab some purple here. What else have we got? Orange, a little bit of black. Because I've got a couple of items here, Although this sort of looks okay already, but maybe maybe let's take a look at this. Maybe the handle of this could be a different color. That might look pretty cool. And then we had our this thing over here. So the head on this needs to get dyed as well. The stinger on the shaft looks pretty cool. But probably the axe part of this could be a different color, I think, for it to look cool. What color would we want the axe? I guess we'll see what the grey looks like. Otherwise, maybe the yellow. So anyway, what we need to actually dye these is we need to make another one of these Lycanites workbench type items. So I'm going to make a little space to put these in. Where will I put it? Let's maybe move this. If we can. Is this wooden? There we go. Makes sense. It's a carpentry bench, right? Put that in there. Okay. So yeah, I think what we need to make this this new item, I think it's called the Infuse Equipment Infuser. So this has a couple of functions. One of the functions is to dye the individual Lycanites item parts, but you can also use this to infuse parts like this one here, the Spriggan Heart that we picked up. So all the parts now are default level 1 when you actually find them, but you can upgrade them with the element charges. So in this case, it's the Arbor charge to upgrade this. So maybe we'll see if we've got any Arbor charges. I don't even know what those would be, but we'll figure it out. Now to make this infuser, what we need here is we need basically to make a lesser equipment forge and surround that with lapis. So to make this, what we need is your basic crafting table, and you also need a wooden axe. So let's get one of those happening. Now I should probably put my dragons down as well, just because I'm not sure if they will grow while they're in the horns. We'll put down the fire dragon here and see if he grows. Now I'm going to set him to stay somewhere. Don't know where he's wandering to, but we'll set him to stay right there. Okay, so we should be able to make this like so. That gives us the lesser equipment forge, and then we just need to put a lapis around that, and that gives us the equipment infuser. And we'll put that next to the other Lycanites item, which is the master equipment forge. Cool. And I guess I want to put this down again somewhere. Let's see, we'll put this. Where should I put this item? We could probably put it right here, right? If we pick this up, put that there, and we'll just put these up a little bit higher, like that. Clock. Day 992. Oh, okay. So this guy's now stage 1 with 1 day of growth. Let's move you over here, buddy. Let's move you like right here. Let's see. So this one here is still on 0 days, the ice dragon. I should put her down over here, maybe. And oh, this is a male as well, actually. For some reason, I thought she was female. Such a beautiful dragon, though. I really like the ice dragons. Cool. Anyway, yeah, with this thing, we can basically dye things, and we can also upgrade these, like I was saying. So let's just see if we've got any arbor charges here. I don't know. Oh, that's arbor right there. That's interesting. These are probably like some sort of plant-based. Let's have a look here. So that arbor, shadow. These are probably the only ones I've got that are arbor. But it's a start, I guess. Let's see if the bestiary tells me anything about where I can get that from. It's probably going to be a plant thing. Yeah, ants, shamblers. These are all arbor except for the triffid. These are fairly rare though, unfortunately. Yeah, it's probably going to be all of those plant-based ones. But I guess we could try this out anyway with this Spriggan Heart, because I do want to play around with this Spriggan Heart. We'll try and level this up. So that gets it halfway to level 2, which is, I guess, a start, shall we say. And I think to make anything out of this, let's have a look here. I think what we would need is, we need to make one of these. Wooden guard with sticks. And then we need, what was it, iron? Oh, gold. Of course it's gold. Let's put that back in there. So this is also going to be level 1. I don't know if you can... Oh, hang on. So this is a head. We would need a body piece. Let's see what I've got up here. Or the base, I should say. Some level 1 bases. Oh, these are bases as well, these Wendi-Go Antlers. Let's try one of these out. They're going to look pretty weird, but see what we can make with this. I think that, because I think they actually make a new kind of like what are they called? Like a staff type thing, or a scepter. So then that should unlock the slot for our jewel, and if we put this on there, and then it says we can also put a pommel on that. Let's see what we've got as far as pommels go. We've got the good old Vespid Stingers. Or we've got the Sitarama Stingers. What do these do? These do slowness, which we already have with the Wendi-Go Antler. I think I'd prefer to have... I'd prefer to have the leech effect, which is from the ant arm. So let's see. I've only got level 1 on these though. Or Spriggan root. What does this one do? Poison. Penetration. Decay. decay is pretty cool. A pretty cool effect. This is actually level 3. Let's see what this one's like. We take these back off. Go with that. That looks pretty awesome, doesn't it? But this one doesn't have the pommel slot. But yeah, let's take a look at this. So this should be a brand new staff that we can use. Oh, interesting. So does that zapping effect like the Spriggans do? Or you can just fire this, which has a really slow cooldown on it. I don't know how powerful this is. Let's go try this out on something. Okay, you can see some zombies over here. 5 damage. Oh no. Go away, you. I'm trying to test my weapons out. Alright, let's find something else. Okay, there's a skeleton over here. Boom. Oh, I see what it's doing. It's summoning the Aegis. That's part of the weapon. I get it now. That's actually really useful. Now we can do this. Just to do constant damage. It's not real strong. Takes a long time to kill them, but... Okay, and that summons the Aegis right there. I get it now. Yeah. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Let's grab these bones. I definitely want the bones. All right, yeah, that's pretty awesome. So there's a new staff that you can craft with the Lycanites equipment. It's very, very awesome. Very awesome indeed. I'll have to play around with that maybe and see what the different kinds of stuff do with the different pieces of equipment. But as far as this one goes, it looks pretty good already, to be honest. I could try dyeing the top part of it a little bit, but it already is a pretty good color. But I definitely want to change the colors on my my hammer and stuff like that. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm happy with the way this thing looks right now. Let's just put it over here. I'm not sure what to call that thing. It's pretty weird. But what we're going to have to do, let's just put the Wendi-Go Antler back in there. But we're going to have to take this apart. So we're going to have to take each piece off this. This is the axe, isn't it? Actually, let's just do the hammer first, because that's the main one that I'm interested in changing. So we're going to take the crystal off. I like the color of the crystal already. The clink side is sort of okay looking, but maybe we'll play around with that. And then the other items here as well. Stinger and an arm. And we should be able to put these in the equipment infuser. So let's start with the skull, the Ventoraptor skull. So I'm going to try to dye this red. Cool. That looks all right. What else have we got? The clink side. So I was thinking maybe of going with like either grey or yellow on this one. So that's the yellow right there. The ent arm, we might go with blue, I guess. Or maybe I should make that red as well. Yeah, we'll make that red. And then we had the stinger, which will go with... let's have a look here. Probably the blue. So, cool. So we should be able to put all this together now. Put it back together in here. I think we need to put the base on first. And we want to put the stinger on there like that. That's pretty much everything, I think. Cool. Okay, we need to switch around the axes on this thing. Yeah, that looks much better, I think. I think that looks a lot better. Cool. I'm happy with that. So unfortunately now the name is reset. It's just how it works with Lycanites if you reassemble the items. So let's rename this back to the Crystal Hammer. Alright, so let's change the colors on our other items as well. And we should have the axe here. Let's just take this apart. So I mainly want to change the skull on this. Everything else is sort of okay. Let's see. The remote wing looks okay purple, I think. But we'll change the color on the end arm. We'll make that red. Well, maybe purple. Let's go with purple to match the axe part of it. And the clink side we'll see what the gray looks like on this one. It doesn't seem to take the dyes very well. That's what I've noticed so far with the clink side. Alright. Is that how I had it before? I think I had it with the blades the other way around. See how that looks. No, that looks really weird actually. It was already correct. Nice. Yeah, that looks a little bit better. Groovy. Put this back up on the rack. And then we just had our Spark of Darkness here. So for this one, I don't know how much of this. This already looks pretty good, but we might change the Spriggan root on this. What color do we want? So we've sort of got the grey, silvery blade. We've got the green hilt, and what about purple on this one? Doesn't really change it very much. Maybe just straight up black. That looks okay, right? Let's go with that. Yeah, I guess it's jazzed it up a little bit. I don't know. We didn't have to do too much to this, to be honest. Put this in here. The Spark of Darkness. Got one anvil left. I'm going to have to restock that. Put this over here. Nice. I'll have to come up with a name for this thing as well at some point, I guess. But yeah, all right. Well, guys, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to head off and do a bit of skeleton farming to try and get some bones so that we can feed them to our bronze male fire dragon. And then we will have 2 fire dragons at level 4 that we can look into breeding. I also would like to find a few more underground ice caves so that I can hopefully get some more ice dragon eggs, because ultimately I'd like to have a breeding pair of ice dragons as well as a breeding pair of fire dragons, so that would then give us access to any colored dragon through breeding that we want, which would be pretty awesome. I think we've taken everything else to the extreme so far in this playthrough that's available here in RLCraft, so we might as well do that as well. So I guess I'm going to do a bit of farming, and I'll probably do that between episodes, guys. And we'll come back in the next episode, and we will try to be at the point where we can start breeding dragons. It's going to be pretty awesome. So anyway, guys, I hope you're enjoying this playthrough, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Slippery Jim out.